Chapter 1 of An African Millionaire, Episodes in the Life of the Illustrious Colonel Clay. This is a Librivox recording. All Librivox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit librivox.org. An African Millionaire, Episodes in the Life of the Illustrious Colonel Clay by Grant Allen. Chapter 1. The Episode of the Mexican Seer. My name is Seymour Wilbraham Wentworth. I am brother-in-law and secretary to Sir Charles Vandrift, the South African millionaire and famous financier. Many years ago, when Charlie Vandrift was a small lawyer in Cape Town, I had the qualified good fortune to marry his sister. Much later, when the Vandrift estate and farm near Kimberley developed by degrees into the Cloetedorp Golcondas Limited, my brother-in-law offered me the not unremunerative post of secretary, in which capacity I have ever since been his constant and attached companion. He is not a man whom any common sharper can take in, is Charles Vandrift. Middle height, square build, firm mouth, keen eyes, the very picture of a sharp and successful business genius. I have only known one rogue impose upon Sir Charles, and that one rogue, as the commissary of police at Nice remarked, would doubtless have imposed upon a syndicate of Vidocq, Robert Houdin, and Cagliostro. We had run across to the Riviera for a few weeks in the season, our object being strictly rest and recreation from the arduous duties of financial combination. We did not think it necessary to take our wives out with us. Indeed, Lady Vandrift is absolutely wedded to the joys of London, and does not appreciate the rural delights of the Mediterranean littoral. But Sir Charles and I, though immersed in affairs when at home, both thoroughly enjoy the complete change from the city to the charming vegetation and pellucid air on the terrace at Monte Carlo. We are so fond of scenery. That delicious view over the rocks of Monaco, with the maritime Alps in the rear, and the blue sea in front, not to mention the imposing casino in the foreground, appeals to me as one of the most beautiful prospects in all Europe. Sir Charles has a sentimental attachment for the place. He finds it restores and freshens him, after the turmoil of London, to win a few hundreds at roulette in the course of an afternoon among the palms and cactuses and pure breezes of Monte Carlo. A country, say I, for a jaded intellect. However, we never on any account actually stop in the principality itself. Sir Charles thinks Monte Carlo is not a sound address for a financier's letters. He prefers a comfortable hotel on the Promenade des Anglais at Nice, where he recovers health and renovates his nervous system by taking daily excursions along the coast to the casino. This particular season we were snugly ensconced at the Hotel des Anglais. We had capital quarters on the first floor, salon, study, and bedrooms, and found on the spot a most agreeable cosmopolitan society. All Nice just then was ringing with talk about a curious impostor known to his followers as the great Mexican seer, and supposed to be gifted with second sight, as well as with endless other supernatural powers. Now, it is a peculiarity of my able brother-in-law's that when he meets with a quack he burns to expose him. He is so keen a man of business himself that it gives him, so to speak, a disinterested pleasure to unmask and detect imposture in others. Many ladies at the hotel, some of whom had met and conversed with the Mexican seer, were constantly telling us strange stories of his doings. He had disclosed to one the present whereabouts of a runaway husband. He had pointed out to another the numbers that would win at roulette next evening. He had shown a third the image on a screen of the man she had for years adored without his knowledge. Of course, Sir Charles didn't believe a word of it, but his curiosity was roused. He wished to see and judge for himself of the wonderful thought-reader. "What would be his terms, do you think, for a private séance?" he asked of Madame Picardet, the lady to whom the seer had successfully
Sample complete. Ready to continue?